Greetings, everybody. This is Lion Brian Walsh, and I welcome you to our today's kickoff event. Before they start, I'm going to do a little housekeeping. I know that you all know where your coffee makers and your bathrooms are, so I'm not going to go into that. You're on your own, so I'm not going to help you there. However, I am going to go quickly over the controls here.
I can hear it.
Somebody is there. Okay, so just one moment, please. Okay. Button number 1 here will shrink down your control panel. You can see it on the screen. Button number 2 is your microphone. That's mute and unmute. If you're here as an attendee, please unmute yourselves, because if you have a question, then I can unmute you very quickly from this side. But then I've got to tell you to unmute yourself. So if you could please unmute yourself, I will handle the rest from this side. Button number 3, if you want to have button number 3, this is only for the panelists. I mean, for the attendees. Panelists, please stay muted. As I was going to say, number 3 is a full screen button. If you push number 3, you'll be full screen for your presentation.
Just what they mean. What buttons?
One moment, please.
I don't know. Should I go back in? Should I close?
Somebody is talking, and I need you please not talk, Becky. Thank you. There you go. You're in, Becky, but you're fine. Button number 4 is the raise hand button. Question, please feel free to raise your hand and you will be acknowledged. Button number 5 is the handout. You'll notice that there is a handout there for the controls if you want to download the picture of this document right here. Number 6 and number 7 are where you do questions. Button number 7 is where you type. Button number 6 is where you'll see your question once you enter it, and below it you will see where the answer is. And Lion Barb is handling the answers. She's here with me today. So 6 and 7 are your written submissions. Button number 4 is raise your hand for me to acknowledge you, and then I will let whoever is speaking know at an appropriate moment that they've got a question. So that's your orientation. Does anybody have any questions before I move on forward and give this over to Chuck to get us going for the morning? Does anybody have any questions? Does not look like it. So Lion Chuck, without any further ado, whatever an ado is, I'm going to hand it over to you.
Welcome, fellow Lions, to the 21 North Cabinet meeting. But please remember, we are all Arizona Lions. North or South, what does it really matter? Today, we're going to rejoice in the success of all of our Lions. We're going to hear some reports that respectfully and hopefully inspire us. We're going to be inspired to do more service. I want to say welcome to everybody. Let's have the Pledge of Allegiance. If Ethel is on, she's going to do it. If not, Joyce Mayer is going to do it. Joyce.
I pledge allegiance to... She's not on.
Oh, she's not on. Okay, Joyce, go ahead.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And Joyce, would you do a moment of silence for our fallen heroes, please?
Can we all bow our heads for a moment of silence for our fallen heroes, since Veterans Day is right around the corner? Thank you very much, everyone. Back to you, Chuck.
All right. Let's satisfy protocol. Attending, we have our past international president, Joe Preston, and a bunch of past international directors, past district governors, council chairs, and many other Lions with gilded titles. Let's give them a hearty welcome. Moving right along, we're going to open the 21 North Cabinet meeting. Can we have the approval of the kickoff minutes, Eddie?
August 1st kickoff minutes were emailed to the Lions. Were there any questions or concerns with the minutes? Could I have a motion?
So moved. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
All approved?
Aye.
All right.
To the August 1st kickoff meeting minutes is approved. Thank
Right.
you. I just want to make a quick note as far as roll call. We'll be using Andy list as set up to go to meeting. And that is it. Thank you.
Thank you, Eddie. Can we have the treasurer's report, John Egan?
Sure. There are two documents. The first one is the balance sheet, which indicates the three accounts that we have with Wells Fargo Bank, indicating what the balance is as of yesterday. $500 for the convention. General checking account is $7,918.92. And the money market savings account is $18,299.66. The profit and loss indicates then a breakdown of what has happened since July 1st, beginning of the fiscal year. The main activity has been in the dues coming in for the 21N dues, as well as the multiple district 21 dues. We had two grants that have come in for a total of $7,000 that came in from LCI. And indicated transfer from 21C of 11,500. So the total income is 30,557. The expenses have been primarily for dues. We paid the multiple district 21 dues for 10,419. That was the biggest item. So total net income after all of that is $18,419 since July 1st.
All right, thank you. Eddie, we'll need approval of the treasurer's report.
Okay.
Can we have a motion?
We have a motion to approve the October 31st financials of 21 North.
I second that.
Second to approve.
Yes.
Who said yes?
All approved. Joyce.
All approved. Okay. Okay, moving right along. I do want to say that at 11 o'clock, our guest speaker will be here, Al Brandell, and PIP Joe will introduce him. And so we're going to move into the committee reports. Lions of Yavapai project, John Smith.
Okay, I don't know if I'm on camera, am I?
No, your camera's not working, all right?
Cool.
Oh, there you are. There you are.
Okay, so Ken Leah was up to do canvas agenda item, but he called me yesterday and found that there was a work imperative that prevents him from participating. So I'm filling in. Lion Ken was going to do it because he's one of four principals of the Lions of Yavapai. I am also, I'm the operating principal. But what we would like, and why we're here, is to ask our district, 21 North, to formally approve the establishment of Lions of Yavapai. We are ready to apply to LCI for formal status. And in applying, the rules are that we must satisfy criteria established by the International Board of Directors. And this includes, among other things, a copy of the minutes or resolution indicating the support of the formation of this Lions organization. They call it a foundation. The LCI application process wants proof that the local Lions organization support formation of this new organization. Lions Club International approval will allow Lions of Yavapai to sponsor on its own events, call on Lion events, use the Lions logo, and carry the $1 million of liability insurance to our projects. We have been, Lions of Yavapai has been running service projects for quite a while, like 4 years. So it is proven on the ground that Lions of Yavapai organization has real potential to do good for persons in need in the region and for Arizona Lionisms. And this is a reason for developing LOI, Lions of Yavapai, as another Lions presence here. It is actively expressing its potential and proving its benefit. And we've been doing this via a large vision screening program and the eye care van program, which I'm sure you've heard about. Additionally, as infrastructure, we are an Arizona corporation. We have been approved by the IRS as a 501c3. We have articles of incorporation and bylaws. And so now it is appropriate for us to go the last step for recognition, formal recognition by Lions Club International as a non-Lions Club organization, a category that has Lions standing, but is not a club. They call it a foundation. The members come and go as they wish, voluntary. They remain Lions in good standing in their club, and in fact, they must in order to participate. So our request is that the district propose a motion to formally approve the establishment of Lions of Yavapai.
All right. Are there any questions from the panelists to John at this time? Evidently not. Okay.
Oh.
Eddie, can we call for a formal vote to formally approve the Yavapai of Lions?
Yeah, formation of.
The formation of, yes. Do we have a motion for that? So moved. Do we have a second?
Second.
So moved. Okay. Let's have a vote on it. Do the officers agree or disagree? If you agree, raise your hand.
Actually, officers need to speak or come put their
Yeah.
cameras on and raise their hand. Either way.
Cabinet Secretary Eddie Richardson agrees.
First Vice District Governor Joyce Mayer agrees.
District Governor Chuck Matthews agrees.
What about the zone chairs?
Do any of them agree or disagree? No comment at this time. Well, I would say it passes then. You've got
Yavapai
your,
project.
It doesn't.
No, you don't have a quorum. There's only 4 of us that agreed, or 3, and all the zone chairs don't. So it has-
Roger
I don't think we need
Reithmiller, Roger, zone chair, Roger Reithmiller, he agreed. He had his hand up. I just picked it up. In fact, he has a
Okay.
question. Hold on one second. But a bunch of them. George Watt is agreeing. Carmel has either agreeing or has a question. Carl Anderson, is he his own chair?
he's an RC.
Yeah, he's agreeing. Robert Reith, I think he's agreeing. They have their hands up. Robert, Richard Lieba Harbor, Charmel de la Cruz. They're all showing their hands up.
Then it's approved.
Wonderful. Approved it is.
Okay, can I request what I'll need to accompany the application is minutes of the meeting's resolution. What is the best way for you to accomplish that need?
Okay. Got it.
Can you email me the minutes or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay,
The
very
minutes
good.
will go out to all the Lions, so
Yes.
it'll be in there.
Okay, very good. Thank
Absolutely.
you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Hey,
I'm gonna make you proud.
thank you, John, for standing in. So, okay, moving right along. First Vice District Governor Joyce, would you introduce our zone chairmen who are going to report today?
Okay, the first one we're going to have speak that I did check to make sure that is on there is Zone Chair Becky White. Can you hear us? Maybe not.
Something just happened because I got booted out and brought back in. So something just happened. Give me a
Okay,
but whatever it is working now. I'm not sure what just happened.
okay, well, moving on to the zone chairs. Zone Chair Becky White, can you hear me?
She's here, Becky. Hold on. There, Becky, you can talk now.
Yay. Yes, I hear you. I'm here and ready.
You have 3 minutes to speak. Please go ahead.
Well, thank all of you for letting me share some information about the Lions Clubs of Zone 11. It's comprised of 5 clubs representing the Scottsdale and surrounding areas: Camelback Mountain Lions Club, McDowell Mountain, Scottsdale Pinnacle Peak, Scottsdale's Pride, and our newly formed Cybra Protege Club. The zone has a total of 79 members and a net loss of 0. Retention of members is a major focus for all these clubs. Like all the clubs of the state, these clubs have had a slow restart to this Lionistic year. Some are now meeting in person with some social distancing, and others have tried to connect through Zoom. And I'm encouraging all the clubs to keep in touch with all their members in some way. And these Lions clubs have had to adjust and make some changes to their service work. Several clubs were planning on concentrating their service hours on vision screening, but they were not able to do so. One club loaned their 2 spot machines to the local school district nurse and allows her to screen the children. And 2 of the clubs now are trying to coordinate with vision and hearing to sort glasses, and eyeglass collections have continued with all the clubs. Reaching out to Lions members and neighbors to deliver groceries or other essential items, or just to let them know Lions friends are thinking of them, has been another way some of the clubs have connected. And the Camelback Mountain Club is preparing for the 9th annual Vision Action Service Strike for Sight on January 9th. Hope we can all support that. The newly organized Cyber Club is helped to deliver over 200 pounds of food to the Navajo Nation, and they also distributed face masks. The lack of the ability to meet club members of Zone 11 in person during this time has made me rely on phone conversations with presidents of the clubs in order to keep in touch. This has brought me to the conclusion that friendly, personal phone conversations that include plenty of listening to the needs and frustrations, as well as successes of clubs, is essential and has proved to be most rewarding to me personally. Next to person contacts, phone calls have worked out the best form for me. We're all working on moving forward to make the second half of the Lionistic year better. We want to provide services and support to those in need. We will do so with kindness and respect. This is the primary goal for the Lions of Zone 11. Thank you.
Thank you, Lion Becky. That was a wonderful report.
Yes.
Great.
Next, we're going to have George Watt, or we could have Farhana since her picture's there.
Farhana.
Lion Farhana, you have 3 minutes. We can't hear her.
Unmute yourself, Farhana.
Yes, I'm good now. So then, good morning, everyone. It's an honor and pleasure to meet you all. And I'm very glad to report about my zone. As a zone chair, it's a new challenge and also new era of pandemic and communication. So the 6 club we have in our zone, most of them are going through the same challenge, but many of the club overcome by Zoom meeting or other platform they're communicating. And I was honored to meet some of the clubs, and some of the clubs we couldn't meet yet, but hoping that the election is almost over, so I would have more time to meet the Lions and understand their needs. So right now, we have 141 members, and the net gain is like 4%. We added 2 more members, and the best thing happened, the newest club, Phoenix Rainbow Club, they merged in with 52 members, which is a very nice thing. And the best practice I saw in them, every officer having a mentor, seasoned Lion, teaching them what their job is. So that's make me feel very good that that idea could be adopted for any new clubs too. And also the Valley of the Lions Club is amazing, Lion 80s Club, and they have been doing so many good work. The pandemic didn't impacted them. It felt like that. And the best, one of the best initiative I can talk about, I feel amazed that totally slipped from our mind, but this club pick up the mask. We are all working on mask and giving mask to the people, but they were looking for the mask with the transparent sheet on the lip area for the hearing impaired people. So I felt it's a phenomenal idea and job to address those population. So and also with that, I can add on another project that Lion 80 is also part of. It is IPDG, Marie Cunning's administration, and a lot of the other Lion Joyce, Lion Rosemary Gabriel, and Lion Ellen is part of it, which is the connecting to the 21st century. That means if you have any used phone, used computer, used laptop, give it to the Lions Foundation, and then Phoenix Jewel of the East Club will work as a technology squad, and they will prepare those and put the Zoom or GoToMeeting or the My Lion, those app in there, and give it to the Lions who are having challenge with the technology. So I think if we can make it possible, then the communication part will be very smooth, and we'll have all the Lions again connected to each other. But membership growth is one of the focus, and our zone is focusing on that. But I believe by next half of the year, we'll see a lot more progress and a lot more good news coming on our way. Thank you.
That's great, Farhana. Thank you.
Thank you, Farhana.
Excellent.
Thank you, Farhana. Next, we're going to move on to Zone Chair George Watt. Can George hear us? I know he's on.
George, you're unmuted. Now you can speak. George, please go ahead. You are unmuted. George, please speak.
Okay, let's see if Zone Chair Mary Jane is on.
I don't see Mary
I don't
Jane
see
on
her.
any of the lists. I don't see her
Yeah,
on
she's
any of my
not
lists.
listed.
Okay, you want to, George, can you hear us? Okay,
George, please try talking. You are unmuted. Please talk, George. He's there, but he's not talking. I can hear a hum, but he's not speaking.
okay, so George is playing shy today. I just want to take a moment to thank all the zone chairs that are online today and our region chairs. You guys are doing a fabulous job. We will get,
Hello.
he's on.
He's on.
Am I on now?
You're on, George.
Okay,
Hey,
okay. He keeps coming and going on me. Yes, this is Zone 1. I've got the Chino Valley, the Chino Noontimers, Flagstaff Morning and Flagstaff Noon, Grand Canyon and Williams. And it's a lot of good news, bad news. The Chino Valley morning group has been very active. They're meeting on a regular basis. They are doing their annual Christmas tree sales, which will start the weekend after Thanksgiving. They say those trees will last about 2 weeks. So good deals on trees to go up that way. They had to cancel their pancake breakfast territorial days because of the COVID. They have been active with vision screening, screened 387 children in the area and in Seligman, and have been feeding the kids, the hungry kids in the school district. Chino Valley Noon has had some issues. They're a little harder to get a hold of. There's issues going on there that I haven't quite got handled yet. Flagstaff Noon has been meeting, regular meetings. There have been outside. They're going to return to the Speakeasy Lounge here this next meeting because it's getting too cold to meet out in the backyard. Other than that, things have quieted down for them, but they do plan to do the Salvation Army bell ringing for this year.
Good.
Grand Canyon is having issues because of they are a tourist industry up there, and about 90% of the employees in that area have been laid off or not working, which accounted to a lot of their members. Their president is without work, so he's moved out of the area. They've got a budget issue. There's money in their account, but they don't have anybody can sign a check at this time. So I need to figure out how do we get them to be able to pay their bill. Other than that, most of everything they're doing, they've got a rummage sale as their big money maker. And right now with the COVID, they can't have group meetings or get together. So that's kind of on a hold. The Williams Club, I can go on for a half an hour with that bunch. First of all, let me say that they are the Kindness Matters Service Award representatives for the MD21, the whole state. So they've gone on to the national level with international, yes. So they've moved on to that. They have been meeting with Zoom and have had pretty good turnouts. They're getting about as many people with their Zoom meetings as they have with regular get-together meetings. There'd be about 3 more new members if they could get together live, but I think the technology kind of keeps some people at bay. So there's 3 or 4 new members waiting in the wings for them. They just recently sent down 400 pair of glasses and returned the spot machine they've had for a while.
We have a new one.
Because we bought our own. We had a big fundraiser and we bought our own machine, and we've been out and had taken care of the Williams school districts, the Park School District, and some charter schools up here. So that's kind of the highlights.
Power of one.
And also as the Power of One that's been coming around, it's made it available for, we've got one member that's been working with the senior center delivering food on a regular basis. We've had another one that's gone out to the local park dam and has been doing cleanup out that way. So anyway, they've been a very active group, even though things are kind of closed down up here. Thank you.
Great report. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
George.
There is a question from There's a question, Robert Reitzeller. Robert, you're unmuted. You have a question line, Robert?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, if you can hear me, all right, just information, basically more than a question. Number one, we've lost members, but we are very active. I'm the treasurer at this club, the Chino Valley Noontimers Club. I'm the treasurer now, and zone chair wants to get a hold of me. I can give them the information. It's available. We also are running a spaghetti dinner tonight between 4 and 7 p.m. Our president's coming, he said. So we'll be happy to see you later, Mr. President. And that's available. We're doing other things. We sent 750 glasses down to the site center here about a month or so ago from Vice President Joyce. So she took those down for us among some equipment. So we are busy, we're active, we're doing things. Our big thing is we need to get more members, and we're trying to do that. I'm going to have questions later individually for the president, for the vice presidents, as to how we might be able to change the structure and make it work better. But that's all I have. I just wanted to let everybody know that. So we are here, we're active, and we're alive. Thank you.
Thank you. That's great.
Thank you, Zone Chair. District Governor, you're back. Thank you, everybody.
Joyce, what about Mary Jane? Did she ever come on?
It does not look like she has arrived.
Okay.
So I will
she
reach
has.
out to her.
Okay, well, I want to say one thing before we go to the next committee report. Hats off and allocates to First Vice President Joyce Mayer. She has done an outstanding job in formulating the zones and recruiting RCs and zone chairmen, and she continues to do a good job. She's very, very heavily involved. So I salute you, Joyce. Moving right along. The environmental, is Bill Davis on, Brian?
Let me look. Yes, he is. Line Bill, I have unmuted you and you can now speak.
Can you hear me? I'm on my cell phone.
We can hear you.
Fine, thank you. Well, this program has been going through fits and starts trying to get it started over the last few years. What I have done is I put together a list of about 16 different types of environmental projects that we might send out a list to the clubs. And the idea would be to get each of the clubs' membership to look at this list, try to prioritize maybe 3, 4, or 5 of the projects, and then send each of the members would then send back to the board of directors and to me what they think should be done. And the list is not exhaustive, but it is a list, and they could kind of take a look at what they think may be worthy of their energy and time. And then after we've kind of gone through each of the clubs and they've kind of prioritized, maybe at that point we could then make a recommendation to the board of directors to implement 1 or 2 of those projects. Anyway, that's the objective. It's not a complex thing, but at least there's about 16 different projects. I'll give you an example. Like tree planting, you might go out into a park or local restoration area and do a tree planting. You might recognize a local leader for their environmental efforts. Another one we're doing here in Payson is to do plant identification. Go out on a local trail and identify all the plants and hand out a little brochure to show what the plants are. Of course, a lot of clubs are doing highway cleanups. So that's another one we could be doing, installing backyard bird feeders. There's a whole list of things that we could try. Right now, our club has chosen to do the plant identification and do a recognizing local leader for the environmental efforts and do tree planting. So those are 3 things that we're looking at here in Payson. But anyway, that's a start. I'll send out the list to each of the clubs and we can begin the process. That's it. Chuck, back to you.
That was great. Good.
Thank you, Bill. We
Thank you, Bill.
appreciate that. The environment is becoming increasingly important to us all. And LCI and the district, the multiple district, we all need to take a strong hand in protecting our environment. And we thank you for this start. I understand, Bill, that you're going to meet with First Vice District Governor Joyce at your club meeting on the 11th. And we'll have some more information from Joyce after that. Again, we thank you.
Welcome.
Moving right along, Tom Price has stepped in for Ken Leha. He is going to give us an update on the global leadership team and the membership conference. Take it away, Tom.
Thank you. Thank you, District Governor. Good morning, Cabinet and Lions. First of all, I do want to thank you all for your prayers and good wishes for my recent surgery. I'm doing well. The leadership team is working as a team. Both 21 South and 21 North we meet on a monthly basis. We're helping each other with different orientations. Next slide, please. These are our contact information. It's important that you officers have the ability to contact us because we want to provide the necessary training as the need arises for each of your clubs. There is a gap that's happening where officers are complaining they do not know what to do, and the way to find out is to contact us, and we'll provide you the training on a one-on-one basis or give you the resources to get the answers. Next slide. Next slide. We've worked with the region and zone chairpersons with an online meeting August 8th. We'll be continuing those meetings at some point in the future, also dealing with some of the issues that we see as leadership that the region and zone chairpersons need some further instructions on. The new member orientation, Lion past District Governor Ken has done a number of these online membership orientation for the new clubs, has had a lot of success and has provided a tremendous insight to the new members of what their club individually and also what Lions as a whole does. We're also planning more of a generic orientation for the new members. As you all bringing in your new members, it is critical they receive some sort of orientation shortly after they become a member. One aspect of retention is to create a knowledge in your new members that what Lions consist of and encourage them to expand their horizons as a result of their membership. Next slide. Lion 21 South GLT, Lori Gans, has developed tremendous resources for the Lions. She is an asset that you cannot believe. Unfortunately, we'll be losing her as the GLT next year from 21 South, but she has developed a who you're going to call document that is available on the lionsarizona.org website, where if you need a particular resource, they're divided by subject matter experts in various fields. And these are the individuals that if you had a question as a treasurer or secretary, talk to them and they'll gladly give you the answers. The who you're going to call is a collaborative effort from leadership of both the multi-district and our projects. All right, next slide, please. Not socialist. Author James W. Loden, a little slip there. I'm looking forward to the future, which is a good thing because it's coming. We want to provide to you the leadership, the training that you all need, and as you can tell, we're attempting to customize it to the needs There's no reason for us to provide leadership that is not needed. So please communicate with Lion PDG Ken or myself and let us know what you need, because if it is a matter of some training for your own club, we're willing to do that. With the beauty of our current technology, we don't have to leave our offices or our homes to come to your club to provide you training. So it's much more flexible than what it has been in the past. Next slide, please. We have coming up next November 11th, 6 to 7, the nominating petitions for District 21 North. And then on next slide, or next line, November 12th to 13th is voting for the governors and projects. Hopefully you have put in your delegates by this point in time. It was a deadline. We have mid-year coming up on November 14th. We'll be talking more about mid-year just in a moment. And then April 27th, next line.
Oh, nominating speeches.
Pardon. Okay. Next, we have the third cabinet meeting on March 19th, or excuse me, March 20th, as it's written more clearly. And then I should have one more line, Brian. Okay. And then the voting for governors and projects, April 27th, 28th. We should be voting for the projects. We already, no. Anyway, moving on, next slide. The Mid-Year Leadership Conference, you will look at our resources. We are our International Director Gary Brown coming in from New York, Daniel Elkins, Delaware. We have a number of Nevada. We have past International Director Jack Epperson. We have past District Governors both Marcia and Bill Newyear. We have Jody Burmeister out of Wisconsin. We have what you'd say in Texas. We have Lion Dr. TJ Johnson, who is actually recognized as a Zig Ziglar speaker. And those who know the name Zig Ziglar has been involved in many inspirational tapes and with Conant, Nightingale and Conant, and a very tremendous speaker. And this is a type of conference you can come and go. It's not like you got to stay online. You can pick it up. We're going to be doing 20-minute sessions with 10 minutes apart. Except for the very first one, International Director Gary Brown is going to give the keynote presentation. And then he's going to open up for town hall meeting. So far, I have received 3 questions for the town hall meeting, and you all know who you are that have presented. I do appreciate each one of you presenting the questions. They're very solid, very timely questions. He's being forwarded those questions ahead of time so that we can have a real good session with him. So, next slide, please. Next line. We're going to have past District Governor Bobby Ravenkamp is going to provide a training related to the club health assessment. This was her idea that we are now responding to. Those who are in leadership positions are receiving that on a monthly basis, and lots of times we don't even open the email up, and that's a shame on us because it is a thumbnail sketch of the strengths and weaknesses of our clubs that each of us that are responsible for leadership should be looking at it clear down to the president. It will tell you whether you are current with your bills with LCI, for example. Very critical, especially if you want to qualify to vote. Next line. We're going to be doing more My LCI training. That seems like a big bugaboo, and it continues to be a challenge, but Lion Lori Gens has really taken on the challenge straight on and has made it as simple as possible, much simpler than what LCI's documents are actually. Next line. We're going to be doing region and zone chairperson training for the incoming region and zone chairpersons in the spring once they're appointed. Next line. Once your officers are elected, we'll be working with each officer in their respective positions and provide training to them. Then we have an exciting opportunity. We're creating the Emerging Lions Leadership Institute training, which will be in the Lionistic year 2021. Vice Sister Governor Joyce has been a big impetus to get that going. This year we were given an opportunity to do it, but because of the change in our state and the districts, we did not think it was wise to try to tackle that project. Next slide. We're going to try to get some roundtable discussions among various leadership issues and discussions. Next line. Again, working with my LCI guidance documents, modular guidance documents, which Lion Lori has created. And then we're going to deal with some of the training handouts for the region and zone chairpersons. And then next line, club officer specific training handouts. What we're finding is with the LCI documents that we can customize those for our particular Arizona Lions, and it has worked out well in the past. Next slide. We need your help. We need your help in identifying topics and training. You as officers in your clubs know where you're lacking in training. We cannot guess at that. That's what you need to tell us. We need to identify potential guidelines. The Past District Governor Association has taken on the role to help out clubs that are being challenged, such as maybe the Grand Canyon Club that was mentioned earlier. It's possible that a past district governor can assist there. And don't forget, the Past District Governor Association has taken on a more active role than it has ever done so before. And you want to talk to Past Council Chair Larry Palmer, and he'll hook you up with a past district governor. We need to identify our leadership. We need to identify who's going to be a district governor in 10 years. It's as a past district governor, I will tell you, my training started at least 10 years before I took on the role. And these are important roles for the success of our organization, the success of providing service to our communities. And that's our ultimate guideline, is what's going to take to provide the very best service to each of our communities. We can talk about all these different leadership positions and all this, past to this, past that. That is rarely not the importance of priority. Important priority is getting leaders in place so we can have continued success. You need to make sure your information about your members are correct. There is a directory on Arizona lionsarizona.org. It is you cannot access it unless you are a Lions members. It's not open to the public to view, but you need to update that information with LCI and in turn check the directory. Next line. Or next slide, excuse me. Former U.S. Senator and Basketball Hall of Fame player Bill Bradley. Leadership is unlocking people's potential to become better. And you'll see that the mid-year leadership conference is an emphasis of looking for leadership, developing leadership, and helping you all do better in both your personal life and as a Lion. At the end, I want to recognize the individuals who have made it possible for us to do this training, and I want to emphasize that Lion IT coordinator Brian, without him, it would not have happened. I mean, just simple as that. And I want to also recognize the various presenters who have come forward to assist in each of these sessions. We're trying to get you the very best presenters throughout the world, not just in Arizona, to provide the information we need to be successful as Arizona Lions. Thank you, District Governor Chuck.
Thank you, Tom, for stepping in and doing this. Before we go to Rosemary, it is going to be time for past international president Joe Preston to introduce our guest speaker so we can stay online. He has an event to go to after this, so Joe Preston, take it away.
Hello, am I unmuted?
Yes.
You
And
are,
is our
but I
speaker
don't
with us
see him
today?
yet. I don't see him yet. I was just checking.
Okay, why don't you let me know when he's back and I'll come back in.
What is his last name again?
Al Brandell.
I don't see him at all.
Okay. Well, Joe will come back to you then when he gets on.
Okay, I'll try calling him.
Well, you said 11 o'clock and it's about 8 minutes away, so he may not be here yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll check back in.
Okay. In the meantime, Rosemary Gabriel, our GMT, would you like to start? And we may have to interrupt you at that point when Al gets on board. Rosemary.
Yes, did you check? Okay, welcome. Good morning, everybody. So I'm going to do it fast. So, we have something coming up. So join our pride. And can we go to the next slide? This is our 21 North membership. And our theme is more hands, more services. Arizona Lions just as one today. So let's go to the next slide. As of yesterday, we have 58 clubs. That's +1 right now. And we have 53 members. That's up 33 members, and that's good. But we should not just be resting here because we know we're only in the middle of the year. And during this challenging time, that one changes very well. We have 12 zones, and you have heard a few of the zone chairs making the report. We also have five region chairs. Okay, next slide, please. So let's welcome our newest Lions Club. That's the Chino Valley Lioness Club. Yay! And that's being led by President Donna Mori, and she's here right now. Thank you so much for your leadership. And I also would like to thank the sponsoring club, the Chino Valley Lions Club, and our guiding lions, Joyce Mayer and Jack Garner. And at this point too, I would like to request if there are more guiding lions out there, please let us know. We're running out of guiding lions, and I'd like to request our leadership not only to identify but have a training, because as we know, guiding lions can only hold 2 clubs at a time, and that being guiding lions is to be with that club 2 years. So we're running out of guiding lions, so please come forward, please. Next slide, please. And congratulations, and let's welcome our newest Leo Club. That's the Phoenix Jewel of the East Leo Club. That's also chartered on last month, September 29. And this being led by President Prasanna Sayam Prasad. Okay, thank you so much. And for our Leo coordinator, Bilwa, and the sponsoring club, Phoenix Jewel of the East, and the president, Kamalachi. Okay, you always hear this saying that says, Leos are our future. That is entirely incorrect. No, Leos are our keys to our survival now. They are our key to have our organization continue so that we will have a future PIP Joe or a future gathering in our association. So if we have, that if we have Leos, we will always have lions. I can see PIP Al Brandel, so I better stop here. Hi. Okay, take it away. I'll pause.
Okay, Chuck, am I back on?
Yes, you are. Thank you, Joe.
Our speaker today is Lion Albert Brandel, who served as the 92nd president of Lions Clubs International in 2008, 2009. Everybody knows him as Lion Al. He's a retired police detective, having spent many years investigating child abuse, violence among children, and missing children. He's been a member of the West Hempstead Lions Club since 1975, and he's an associate member of the Melville Lions Club. He lives in a rural part of the greater New York City area, so he really has the best of both worlds. I first met Lion Al when he was past district governor. He was my instructor at District Governor-elect School in Dallas, Texas in 1985. He must have done a good job because out of our class of about 30 district governor-elects, I think we had 4 or 5 that went on to be international directors. The love of his life is his wife, Maureen, who is a medical doctor at a community hospital. She, too, is a special lion. Lion Al was one of the best international presidents that we've ever had. Due to his common sense and down-to-earth approach, our members could relate to him, and they responded favorably. He's done so much for our association. Kids Sight USA was his brainchild. He saw a need for a national program that would bring the Lions of the U.S. together. He's a champion in promoting Lions Quest. He and his wife were there leading our Lions relief efforts right after the Haiti earthquake. And they were back again leading our efforts at the World Trade Center right after 9/11, not only initially, but for years after the event. He was our liaison with UNICEF for 10 years, protecting children everywhere. He currently is the chairperson of the Lions Day at the United Nations. Past President Brandel has done more to bring together and nurture partnerships with outside corporations and foundations than anyone else I know that have not only benefited Lions Clubs International, but have helped us serve more people than we probably ever dreamed possible. Such things as the Carter Center, Eliminating Eye Diseases, Johnson & Johnson's Vision Program, Special Olympics, Gavi, the Gates Foundation. He's been there in the middle of all that. He's been more instrumental than anybody else I know in growing these partnerships. And these programs have served millions upon millions of people. He promotes peace, understanding, humanitarian relief, and protecting and developing our young people. He's not a Nobel Peace Prize winner, but I'm telling you, he's worthy of that recognition. That's the caliber of person we have with us today. Please help me welcome from Melville, New York, past international president, Al Brandel.
Thank you, Joe. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good,
Yes.
good. Well, I'm sorry if you can hear me, because you're going to have to listen to me for about another 10 or 15 minutes, and we'll see how long that goes. But Joe, thank you for that. I'm not deserving of that. We just do what we're asked to do, and when there's a need, and I think that's why we're all here today, isn't it? It's been Joe, I want to thank you for inviting me here today. Although I'm in Arizona today, not the same way I've been the past many years ago, with 2 international conventions, one which Joe headed up, but got to meet many of the Lions of Arizona, and we have family there in Scottsdale, and we haven't been there in a while, but we're looking forward to getting back sometime soon, as soon as we can. But it's a beautiful day here in New York. I don't know how the weather is there, but it's just a great day. And, you know, normally when we're asked to speak or make a presentation, and anybody knows me, I speak more from the heart, not from the head, because if I depended on the head, not a lot of stuff would come necessarily out. But we live in different times right now, and we can't give the same old type of presentations that we gave. And I did one of these yesterday, and I think I'd like to continue on with that and just speak about where we're at today. You know, we're very perilous times right now, but I think we're coming out of the darkness to some degree. But I compare the times and what the Lions' responses have been after certain things that have gone on in the world. And I compare with what's going on right now with the virus, with World War II. It was a tough time for the world. It was a tough time for America. And I don't think we've seen such a time since World War II that we're facing right now with the virus. And it's going to take some actions and some activities of the Lions Club which I'm going to speak about in a little bit, about how we can serve. I know that we served after the storms here in New York and storms all over the world right now. And I think of Superstorm Sandy and how we were devastated on Long Island, that the Lions got together and we rebuilt food pantries and we rebuilt daycare centers. And we actually built a warehouse upstate New York, the Lions warehouse, where we have supplies, that we have generators, that we have tarps, that we have cleaning supplies, because we learned after 9/11 and after Superstorm Sandy that we just can't wait to make things happen after they happen. We got to be prepared for the future. And that's one of the good things that we've done. We're preparing for the future, and the future is now to some degree. But we certainly in New York and around the world, in the United States, when we had the attack on the World Trade Center, Washington, D.C., and all the people that we were involved. The Lions of the world, the United States were involved, for not only while we were down at the World Trade Center, down at the Ground Zero, but because of your help, because of what you helped us do with over $3 million. We served people for over 5 years until we ran out of money and until we did all the service that we possibly could do. You know, and it's going to take not just a new way of responding to these situations, but we have to sort of come out of our shells right now. Some people are afraid to come out of hiding to some degree. They're afraid of the virus. And we certainly went through hell here in New York. Maureen, being a medical doctor, as as Joe Preston had mentioned, that there were a couple of days there when things were really bad here, and she was going into New York, into a hospital and intubating patients. And I didn't, you know, a lot of doctors didn't come home for about a month or so because they didn't know if they were bringing home the virus to their families. And it was a tough time to deal. I hugged Maureen before she went to work, and I prayed for Maureen. I still pray for doctors and nurses and first responders now. So they were tough times that were there, but we're learning how to deal with it right now. And right after things got really bad here in New York, or right during that time, we served in a different way. That we went out and gave food, to respite snacks to the doctors, to the nurses, to the clerks, to the people that clean the operating rooms, to firehouses. That the people were just so stressed out. We lost a lot of people in the medical field. That we didn't lose them physically, we lost them emotionally. We lost them that they just were, they couldn't deal with the stress anymore. And it's still going on today. Some of the people that Maureen worked with, and we're helping provide and refer them for counseling. But you know, also sanitizing cars of doctors, nurses, firefighters, police officers. We're still doing that today. People that may have had the virus and they don't want to get back into their cars again. And because of Lions Club International Foundation, we've purchased the cleaning guns and the chemicals, and we're still cleaning those vehicles. And when there's a need, there's a lion, and there are different needs today, and we're meeting those needs. We're learning like never before. But personally, you know, Governor, you're probably going through this like my governor is going through it, that some of the clubs are just not sure they want to come out for meetings. And we got other clubs that are coming out and they're doing things, and we're meeting in parks. We're meeting in restaurants that are, you know, under tents right now. It's not all Zoom. But some of the members, well, let me tell you a story about my district governor, Terry Oster. We have Bermuda in my district, and there's a club down there of women, Lions Club, and the president of the club said to Terry, District Governor, I don't know what to do. I've been doing everything I can to try to get the Lions to come out and to serve, and they're just sort of frozen in place right now, and I don't know what to do. So Terry's from my club. She's a pretty smart lady, and she said, we're going to have a cabinet meeting next week. It's going to be a Zoom meeting, and obviously the Lions of Bermuda are not going to be coming up for this meeting, and for the most part, they don't come up for meetings. They come up for conventions. And I said, but I'd like you to come on to the Zoom meeting, and I'd like you to invite your members to come on to the cabinet meeting. And the district governor, Terry, prepared a certificate for this particular Lion who's been working real hard to hold her club together. And Terry and the members of that particular club signed on the cabinet meeting that day, and Terry just spoke her praises. about how important she was and how she was trying to do things down there, and recognizing her past service, and just thanking her for what she's doing. Well, you know what happened after that? The next week, that club in Bermuda decided we're going to come out and we're going to support our president, and they had their first meeting probably in about 4 or 5 months, and they're functioning again. They're doing things. So, Governor, I know you're probably facing some of these problems right now, and as you know, it's just not going to take a phone. It's not going to take a email. A lot of people are tired of email. Some people are tired of Zoom meetings, but they're working pretty well for us. But it's going to take a personal touch. It's going to take a phone call if you haven't heard from somebody in a while. How you doing? And it's going to take projects that are non-traditional projects right now that have been sitting on the back burner, that certain things we're not going to be able to do right now. I can tell you of a club, my own club, West Hempstead, that we have a park in our community that is, a lot of people were going in there, but there was garbage in there. There were people left their kids' diapers in there, whatever. And it really got kind of crummy in there. And Lions said, we got to do something about this. And this is when the virus was at its worst, District Governor and fellow Lions. And we took the precautions. We got in touch with the local government, and they provided bags for us and protective gear. And we went in and we cleaned that park out. And you know what happened while we were cleaning that park out? 2 people walked up to us and said, who are you? What are you doing? And we explained what we were doing. One of our next meetings, they came out, they joined the club. The district had a beach cleaning project. They did one in Bermuda and they did one on Long Island at the same time, and cleaned up tons of garbage in there. As a result of that, my own club, West Hempstead, 6 new members, because of not what we say we are or what we've done in the past, it's what we're doing now, and we're showing and setting the example for our community. Pretty proud of that. And it's not all rosy, that we're still having problems getting some clubs out, but some people are afraid to come out. And Governor, we got to not only take care of the other people, we got to take care of our own people. And that's where this new saying came up, kindness matters, means so much. That kindness matters, not just in what we do with the Lions Club and in our everyday life, that we've got to be a little bit better than we were before. That even personally, when we're driving into a parking lot, and somebody takes that spot, and under normal circumstances, we say, oh God, what is that person doing? We've got to change what's going on up here right now if we're going to change society and if we're going to be better for it. We had a council meeting up in Syracuse, New York, and it was the first time I got up on a plane to fly someplace, and it worked out pretty well. And I brought up an idea. We're pretty fortunate in New York that we've got a good governor that, we may not all agree with him politically, but what he's doing right now for holding our feet to the fire to hold the virus spread rate down, that he's doing a pretty good job right now. And actually his mother Matilda is a member of our Lions Club. So I suggested to council, I said, I remember when polio, when they came out with the vaccination here in the United States, and we all went to schools and got sugar cubes and whatever, and that was our vaccination. And it was a huge, huge job. And I'm thinking, after listening to the governor of New York saying what we're going to have to do here when we get the vaccinations going, is that it's going to take civil society. It's going to have to help government, that the government can't do it alone. So our council of governors, we have 11, decided that they're going to write a letter to governor and state who we are, what we're about, 15,000 Lions clubs in New York State, Lions Club members, excuse me, and that we want to offer our services, that if they're going to need help in administering the vaccine, although we're not going to be the doctors, we're not going to be the nurses, the medical technicians, but there are going to be challenges. There are going to be challenges that people that doing paperwork, administrative work, perhaps handling crowd control, handling lines, proper social distancing, that we want to help, because it's going to be an enormous job, that we are making our Lions available. What are we doing with this thing? Well, number one, if the governor accepts our assistance, we're giving all of our Lions the opportunity to come out in a single focused community need, to serve the community, to better get these vaccines out as soon as we can. And so that's a service in itself. And just imagine if the governor accepts our help and we're in there with our Lions shirt, our vests, our hats, and the people in the community see us doing these things. What is that going to do for our image? What is that going to do for our membership programs in the future? Now, I suspect that the governor is probably going to have, they're going to have pharmacies or doctor's offices doing this, but we're not sure about that. But from what I'm told from a member of my club, Maureen's club, excuse me, who works for the governor, that he just may ask us, he said, wow, I've got 15,000 members. We're not going to get all of them, but they're there to serve. And I said, maybe we'll be able to put them together for another job that we've got there. But I'm pretty optimistic that we're going to be part of this solution of this problem. You know, last night I went on to Maureen's club, and I really wasn't looking forward to it. Thursday night we had a Zoom meeting with her club. Friday night they had a fundraiser that was on Zoom. Sunday we've got a food drive at our local supermarket, which has been very good to us. We're getting turkeys from Costco, and we're getting ready for our food basket to feed the hungry. And I said, I don't want another night of this, but to support our club, I went on this fundraiser they had. It was Zoom bingo. And oh God, I didn't want to be on this at all, but I got on it and it was fun. They had a DJ on it. They had contests. We had 40 people on it. We made a lot of money and it was a lot of fun. And I can't wait to do it again. And Governor or Joe, if you want the information on this, you may have it out there, but just the fact that the people in New York that are doing it, they could probably do it for you there. But your responsibility is to get the prizes for the bingo and administer the prizes after they announce the people who won. But it was a ton of fun and we're looking forward to doing it again. You know, as I said before, we gave masks out and we're supplying food for food pantries. And one of the good things about having our own Brandel Murphy Foundation is that we've given out $50,000 to the Lions of New York to do things they normally can't afford to do to help children. It's all about children. And one of the good things about it is we get to read the grant applications. And it really makes it all worthwhile to see what the money that we're doing, like an LCIF, which Joe knows so well, he's so intricately involved with it, that the miracles that we're making happen. So although that we got some tough times right now, and I do believe what we're going through right now is the equivalent of a World War II. What happened after World War II, fellow Lions? Greatest generation ever. My father, my mother, your parents, whether they served in the military or not, they were probably part of the war effort, whether they're supporting the economy, supporting the war effort, and they beat a terrible sickness in this world. They won that war. But what happened when they came home? They had to rebuild the country. They rebuilt Little League programs. Remember my dad, that they were building schools and churches in the diocese here of Rockville Center because it just became their own diocese. They built a community. They built families. They built towns, Levittown, New York. You probably had it out there for World War II veterans. And they made the world and my community and my life a little bit better because they didn't want to go back. They probably products of the Depression, and they gave us a better place to live. They gave us a better place to live. My fellow Lions, I think I've learned a lesson from this, and I want you to think about it too. You know, what's been going on in our country, politics, hopefully that's all over, and thank God Lions don't get involved in politics. We got to get together, and we have a lot of problems to solve, and thank God again, Lions don't get involved in politics. But we're hopefully we're a lot closer to the end of this pandemic than we are to the beginning of it. Vaccines are probably going to be coming out in another month or two. Hopefully we're going to be part of that particular solution. The economy's tough right now. People are hungry. Our members might be hungry. Our members may be hurting. But you know what? We can't go back to where we were just before all this started. We've got to be focused on making our society, our relationships, our churches, our Lions Club, our neighborhoods where we live. We've gotta set the goals a little bit higher. We gotta be a little bit kinder. Kindness matters in our relationships, in our families, and everything that we're doing. And I think Lions, we're perfectly positioned to be part of this solution. Right now, we just got to figure out how to get everybody motivated, not just survive our Lions Club, but thrive. And again, the greatest generation we learned a lot from, our parents. Let's use what we learned and let's make this life and what we're going to be facing in the next couple of months get back to a better place than when we started this pandemic. I know we can do it, Lions. I know you can do it too. Because a lot of you I don't know, but I do know your heart because you're wearing this. We're all wearing this around the world. And we're all thinking like-minded men and women to serve. Joe, District Governor, Lions, I really appreciate coming to you today. I appreciate the challenge that we all have, and we're all going to work together. And if I can be of any of assistance to you, I work at the UN. We got some good stuff coming up there, working globally together. If I can be of any of assistance to you, you want to learn a little bit more about our relationship with the UN and how that's going to help in the future, I'm here. And Joe, I want to thank you for courtesies that you extended to Maureen and myself and keeping me involved in Clinton Global Initiative at the time and at the UN, because you're my family. All of you are members of the international family. God bless you all. Thank you.
On Chuck.
All right. Thank you very much, Al, and thank you, Joe, for bringing Al to us. It was very, very informative. We appreciate the time you spent with us, Al, and we look forward to meeting you and seeing you in the future. When you get down to Scottsdale, let us know. I want to meet you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Joe.
Now, Rosemary, would you like to finish your dissertation, please?
Oh, okay. Can we go back to the other slide, Brian? The one before this, I got cut off. No, on the Leo's part, Leo's screen. Next one. Okay. Yes, this is where we got cut off. And as I'm, oh, go back one, go back.
Please just go ahead and go. Thanks.
Yes, there. Thank you. So as I said before, Leos are our future. And if we want our organization to survive, we have to find more Leos. You know, they are also our great ambassadors, great salesperson. And I can tell you, I am an example for that. And my kids were Leos, and that's how they got me to join the Lions. They're not our helpers, they're our partners in service. So let's treat them as our equals, partners in service, okay? Next slide, please. Okay. So you might be wondering what are we doing next? So please wait until the finale, the ending, and you'll see what we're going to be doing some more, okay? So growing our membership, and you know this is a tough time of being a membership chair, and I also feel for our club membership chairperson. We're in the same boat, trying to find and how to grow our membership. So here are some ideas. As you can see, our theme is As One Today. Grow your circle of influence, and I tell that to everybody, especially now the pandemic. Who do you see every day? If you are quarantined at home, it's your family, then it's your friends, your neighbors, and for those that are working, your colleagues. Go ask
people who share the same passion. Maybe it might not just be the same kind of service you are doing. They might be doing something different, but we are all connected in doing service for our community. As former Lion members, and this is a creative way of doing, because that's what I did. I said, how can I be, I'm a membership person, and I keep on asking people, ask one, please recruit members, and I'm here. I'm stuck at home, can't go out, I can't serve. So what I did, I called up the people that I've sponsored before, and somehow they've quit because of family obligations. So I tried calling them and see, maybe, this might be a good time for them to come back. Their kids have grown, they're now stable in the business. So I was able to recruit former members doing it this way. The club should also provide a variety of opportunities to serve. Diversity in our members also is equal to diversity in what we do. People will connect with us with what we do. Before that, don't change yet. Can we go back? Oh, back. Yes. And then share. Yeah, be a good storyteller. Share. It's not storytelling a lie. It's share your moment. What made you a lion? It might not be the first time when you got inducted, but there's some moments I have that during my medical mission, and this is why I stay as a lion. Participate in community events and put your banners. If it's allowed, put your banners, put a membership table, and they'll see what you're doing. You recruit members also when we do service. They see us having fun. Us Asians, sometimes our Filipinos, we love to take pictures. And here we're doing service, we're having fun. And some people came to us and say, asking already what we're doing, what our group is, and that's how we recruited members. Social media, you can always see, like in Facebook, we have our District 21, 21 North, 21 South, MD. It's there in the social media. We're doing postings. Everybody's welcome to post in it what we do, so people can see what we do. And then some people can even call us and see, can we join? So that is a good way to recruit members. Wear your Lion's pin. Where's my pin? And this is one way, and this is when you have to prepare your elevator speech. There are many people that are also curious, and that's like me. I have to share with you a funny story. I was talking to this lady, and this person, there was something shiny, and I asked her, like inquiring minds wants to know. And she said, I said, what is that's shining in your mouth? And said, and then I found out later that's the latest craze, you put all these rings. And that's the same one too with wearing our pin. People sometimes, I come from my doctor's office and from a meeting, and I still have my pin. People come up to me and said, what's that pin you're wearing? It looks like a lion. And then that's when we let them know what our organization is. Always have a membership application with you, okay? And always be ready, because you never know when the time comes and when's the perfect opportunity to find one more member. The next one, it's not in here, but I would say, save your Lions magazine. Put it in the places like your doctor's office, put a sticker at the back of it, your club name and phone number. If you don't want your name, but at least you know that they can contact you, okay? And this is how we're trying to find also a new club right now. We'll give some old Lions magazine to prospective members so they can see what we're doing. Retention is a big thing. Retention is a big thing as well as recruiting. And so we have to engage our members in meaningful and creative service as a group or individual. And in this pandemic, it's okay, you can serve individually, do cards, write letters. And if you have as long as you report your service to your secretary. Partner with other clubs and organizations so that you can, there's greater impact with more number of people. And so you know that not all members in our organization are young and are, can go out there. So partner with other clubs and other nonprofit organizations. Have fun meetings, welcome new members and transferees. Kindness matters. So this is really a big thing. And I asked the lion tamers, the tail twisters, and they can be a big part of doing this. And this is some of your jobs. Having fun, and I know we're not meeting in person. Some do, and some are doing it online, but you can still have fun. Do costume, ask them to scavenger hunt or anything that's creative that will keep their minds focused, fun, and have at the meeting. The kindness matters. Yes, we show kindness not only to the community, to the people we serve, but show kindness to our own fellow Lions. Pick up the phone, ask them, how they're doing, and never put a lion on the spot. Like, even if it's the fundraising and you really need some money, just be kind, just be tactful, okay? Communication, keep the members always informed with what you're doing. People lose interest if they don't know what's happening in their own club or in their own organization. And you can see, I'll be mentioning it to you on the next slide. We'll talk about the 21 North membership polls. And avail of the PDG Association by PCC Larry. They have taken it as their own to help us clubs to revive them. So give him a call. So we are doing this 121 North membership polls. It's the club, what we find there is the club health assessment. And I know they'll be doing some more talking about the club assessment and how it can be a tool, because you can see how the secretary, if they put in your new members, if they put in their service, you can all find that one right there. And we also welcome our new members and our clubs in the 21 North polls. And some part of this, I send it to the Canyon State. We have something new since we are a newly redistricted district. We get to know our new clubs, our clubs. So we had already zone 1, 2, 3, and 4 spotlighting their clubs. So this month, and hopefully you'll find it soon, and we'll be showcasing zone 5 and 6. So Lions 1 and MJ, get ready with your clubs, and you'll see also any news and updates relating to membership. And just want to make sure that this 21 North membership polls is not just for presidents and secretaries. It is for the president and secretaries to send it back to the members. So we are all on the same page. Okay, so we're coming up with what's new, with what's coming up. We'll have new clubs, and we have the membership buttons. But before we do that, Lion Marie, are you there? She's not there yet. Okay, we have a new club that will be starting up soon too, and I just got the charter paperwork last night, so I'll be entering it to this weekend and be introducing it hopefully next week. And I know Lion Marie has 2 clubs in line, and we're just waiting. I think she's waiting for a few more members. Okay, so when do we start? How do we make a change in our community? We have to look in ourselves first. As what you can see, change begins in our own self before change you expect others to change. So that's it. Thank you so much for giving us the time, and stay safe. That was the 21 North membership. Have a good day.
Thank you. Thank you, Rosemary.
Thank you, Marie. We appreciate everything you're doing. Uh, Is Marie Cunning on yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
She said she was here. That's why
She's there. Brian has to unmute her, she says.
Oh,
Oh,
I
have been here, but Brian has me muted.
Oh, okay. So
okay. Fire away, Marie.
Starting to get red around the color. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for having me, Lions family. Yes, I have to add to PDG Rosemary's report that we do have the clubs, the 2 new clubs coming up. The Scottsdale Yuppie Lions Club, they're only short 2 more members because I gave them 2 new members this week. A couple of my single friends joined. So we're looking for 2 more. So if you have any buddy that wants to join the Scottsdale Yuppie Lions Club, please give me a call. And then I'm working with Zone Chair Farhana Shifa on another club, which will be a specialty club. So far, we already have the 20 that we need. We have 10 Bangladesh members and 10 members from the Indian community from our friend Jaggi. So we're going to we plan to charter that club by the end of November, District Governor Chuck. So keep an eye out for that one.
All right.
It for the membership report. Oh, and also I just wanted to announce, because she's here, that we now have a new District 21 North Leo chair, because she has graciously accepted. She is Lion President Kamalakshi Sridhara Murthy of the Phoenix Jewel of the East Lions Club. She has graciously accepted to be our Leo chair for District 21 North. Please welcome her into our district. Thank you. Okay, LCIF, my favorite subject. Up here on the screen, you see that donations since July of 2020 through October 31st, we have a total of 19,380 collected for the 21 North. Pledges from individuals totaling 76,112. And PIP Joe and I have been hosting what we call our LCE parties. And from those parties, we keep it to an average of just 10 couples, mostly Lions. We've gotten pledges from the July 18th party of 19,600. All of those pledges are recorded except for 3 totaling 9,000. And then from our recently held October 12th party, we have pledges totaling 34,000 with 4 other guests still to pledge. And out of that 34,000 that have already pledged, thank you to our very generous past international director, Dave Roberts, for his generous pledge of 25,000. I don't see him on our list today, but I've sent him our personal thank you. So that has beefed up, that will considerably beef up our pledges for 21 North. As you all know, LCIF helps millions and millions of people all over the world. So I hope to be able to present to our clubs. Now, thank you, Brian, for this. I borrowed this slide from PDG Bobby Ravenkamp of all our LCIF focuses, which is childhood cancer, youth, humanitarian, hunger, disaster relief, environment, diabetes, and vision, of course. For those of us who have been on medical missions, we know how long our dollars and how many thousands of people our dollars help. So please, please keep on giving. Thank you, everybody, for your generosity. And I'll be hitting either you personally or your club personally. And I know District Rosemary, past District Governor Rosemary Gabriel will be hitting you up as well. I'd like to also, Rosemary, before I give you the floor, I'd like to also announce that coming up is December 1 is Giving Tuesday. And of course, I haven't brought this up to PDG Fred yet, our LCIF multiple district chair. So as soon as he okays this, Mali and PDG Bobby, I was going to bring this up to you, but I think we should come up with an all-out, I've got flyers and a poster getting prepared right now. I think we should beef up our LCIF, talking to the clubs and get it all to coincide and get all our donations in by Giving Tuesday, which will be December 1. And hopefully we could get we could put a big dent with a lot of donations to our campaign 100. So as soon as I come up with those posters, I will be emailing this to you and Lion Eddie for distribution to the district, to the 2 districts actually, if the multiple district agrees with it. Lion Mali, I'd like to hand you the floor. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
So before I continue, with my LCIF, I just got some text that says, "Are you Rosemary or Rosemary?" Okay, I'm Rosemary, but I just answer to any name you call me. Okay, so long as it's okay. Okay, so Rosemary is fine. And so. And then let's welcome to the new club that will be forming next week. The person that will be leading it is present right now. She's Lioness Sandy Eubanks. Hello, Sandy. Thank you so much for bringing the paperwork from Prescott last night. And I'll be doing it this weekend, okay? Thank you so much, okay? So then let's continue with our foundation and action. As you know, LCIF has helped so many worldwide, so many happy things, disasters that's happening worldwide. So in our COVID, they already awarded 345 grants, a total $5,192,467. So all this relief for Lebanon, Laura, and it's not even just outside. It gets closer to us. We have the Chandler that's being able to purchase laptops, and Tucson, they are being awarded, and Phoenix Club that has a matching grant so that they be able to get this research equipment. So that all your dollars will all go to a good cause. Next slide, Brian. So we're doing the campaign 100. Next slide, please. And you know that all the clubs, there are different levels of club participation. We have the classic 100 and 100 model clubs, and visionary clubs. So this one, it is the number of members you have times the required amount. So for the classic club, it's the number of members you have times 150. For the 100 club, that's $300. 100, you need $100 for each of all your members. Model clubs is 500 and visionary is 750. So let's help LCIF give hope and impact lives through service, projects, and grants. And I'd like to thank Lion Zone Chair Becky White for giving me the lead who to call, and I'm working with this club already. So hopefully we'll get another classic club coming. So we would like to congratulate our newest classic club. Lion Brand has already forwarded it, but let's say congratulate and thank Sun City Host and Flagstaff Sunrise for being our newest classic clubs, okay? And now I'm on the same page with Brian. And as you can always, hear me saying, please, we just have a few entries left. Please participate in our GOT 25. And once I have 40, we have just a few entries for round 2. I just have few entries left, and we can do another raffle for a new MJF recipient or PMJF recipient. So please give me a call. You can buy one, you can do more, but it's all going to a good cause. And more specifically, if you are a contributor of the campaign 100, it's also credited back to your balance. So it will lessen whatever you have remaining. Okay. So I got round one winner was Richard Hopkins. So let's see if you're going to be the round two winner. So okay. So thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. So that's it, Lion Brian.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Rosemary. We appreciate everything you've done. Eddie, would you like to give us an update on coming events and how important the voting is?
Excuse me, District Governor Chuck, Mary Jane, Zone Chair Mary Jane has come on, so I would like her to do her report, if that's possible, right after Eddie.
Sure.
She can go now. She can go now. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
can we bring her on, unmute her?
Put her on.
Zone Chair Mary Jane?
VDG Joyce, she is self-muted. Mary Jane, please unmute yourself. You are self-muted. There you go. You're
Hello,
unmuted,
everyone.
please.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I do apologize. I just didn't realize it was today, the meeting, and it was crazy today. So I do apologize sincerely. And just a really quick report for the 3 clubs that I'm on the zone chair. We did have a meeting, the first Zone 5 meeting last month, and it went pretty good. And so far, we are just in the same page as everyone else, trying the best that we can to do our service and recruiting membership and all that good stuff. And as of right now, I did connect with each club through email, and I have not received any response to the other clubs. And so far we're still in the same status as last month or previous month. But as far as I know, everyone else are trying their best to just be productive with the service membership and all other stuff that they're trying to do. So right now I don't have a number to give you because I didn't really get that numbers from them, but I know that they're trying their best for those each clubs. So that's all the report that I can get. I continue to communicate and as far as what we can do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We appreciate that. Eddie, are you ready?
Yeah. So as far as the upcoming events, past Mr. Governor Tom Price went ahead and listed those, and I thank you for that, Tom. Just a little thank you for the clubs that participated in the voting and getting in the delegate. I really appreciate it. So we're pretty excited at the way it went on, electron or online. I know it was new, but 71% of the delegates are participating next week. So I thank you about that. But I would like Brian to briefly let us know what to expect on these individuals that submitted their delegate and alternate forms, what to expect from you and next week, real quick.
Thanks, Lion Eddie. First of all, thank you to all of you who submitted. I appreciate it. And I want to first also thank Lions Eddie and Sheila down in South, because they did a yeoman's job in helping to verify all the delegate submissions and also in making sure that all the emails were correct so that everything is done properly prior to my going on to the next steps. What's going to happen now is we're doing final verification of my 2 lists. I will then be uploading them into the voting website. Those who are delegates will receive an invitation. I'll be doing 2 very short, underlined short information sessions on how you're going to vote. By short, I expect under 30 minutes. And they'll briefly, I will take you through a mock election. You will see how you will log into it and then how you will vote. Once the voting is closed on the 13th, the 2 district elections chairs will receive their results. They will be embargoed until the 14th when they are announced at the end of the day around 4 o'clock. I also will provide them and you with a full accounting of how many voters we had and just a report as to how it went. So you'll have an accounting from me as to how the whole process went. And there is a paper trail on everything we're doing. So if there's any questions about it, please ask me. Lion Eddie, if there's no other questions, I will return this back to you.
Okay, thank you. District Governor, you want to open the floor to any questions? I'm done with my.
Okay, I would like to do that. This is the time, if you have a question of any of the cabinet members or officers, or a question to any of the zone chairmen, speak up. It's time for questions, a Q&A session, okay? Do we have any questions from the floor?
Robert Reithiller has his hand up. Lion Robert, I unmuted you. Would you please ask your question?
Yes, it's for you, Brian. You were talking about the club representatives. I just wanted to make sure you got Bernie included in that with myself as our representatives for our Chino Valley Noontime. Can you yes or no on that, or what can
I'd
I do
have
to
to
fix that
look
for
and
you?
check my delegate list, to be honest.
Okay.
Which club are you? Which club are you?
Chino Valley Noontimers. It should be Bernie Berdinsky and myself. Would be
Hold
the
on,
two.
I'm looking. Did you submit the elections form from the website?
I did. I don't know if he did or not. I tried to send him the copy to do it, but I'm not sure if he did or not.
Brian,
I don't show. I don't. I'm
Excuse me,
not showing.
Brian.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't receive anything.
Nor did I. I just checked my list. I received nothing from Chino Valley.
Okay, can you send me, because it's too late, or should I put the form in? Or can you send me the form?
Eddie and I will speak to you offline because it is closed right now. So Eddie and I will speak to you after the meeting.
Okay, that's fine. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Robert. Any other questions directed to any of the officers or cabinet members or anybody else at this meeting, like a zone chairman? If you have a question, or fire away.
I don't know if Barb's got any written questions, but there's no hands coming up. Please raise your hands to ask a question.
No written questions right now.
Okay. Well, in that case, if you think of a question later, you can send us an email or a phone call. We'll respond to it. We want to hear from everybody if we can. I do want to remind you of the Arizona Rally Day on January 9th. If you have not picked out your service that you're going to do, please do so ASAP.
Shit.
And let Bobby know, okay? We all want to respond to the rally day, and remember, we are Arizona Lions. Let's all stick together. We have to pull together for this year. And if there is no other items on the floor, no other discussion, we're going to end this a few minutes early. I promised that we would be over by 12, and we're actually going to beat that by a little bit. So any other comments from anybody? Evidently not. I declare this cabinet meeting closed.
Mr. Governor, good job. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, everybody.